we arrived. Magic Island. You feel it? I told you it was going to be a magical experience, and we already now know that applying for stages is a great idea to get momentum. You've got the resources, you can Google, you can ask ChatGPT, you can look at your local places, like where are they asking for speakers, and apply and stand out when you apply. Be personal when you apply. Come from a heart of service when you apply. Ask the host what they want so you can create value for them and apply, right? Number one. Number two is that you start to create, you start to open up what stages really are, and they're not just these things that present themselves. They're momentum situations. They're moments that you can create, right? You can go through a list of contacts. You can look at groups that are already there. You can throw yourself to new networks and say, hey, can I contribute by giving a gig? And maybe wherever you are on the journey, you get paid for that already. Or you say, I just want to practice my craft. Can I just add value for free? Like, who's going to say no to that when you really come from a heart of service? And as a bonus tip, whenever you are standing on a stage and someone really appreciates your contribution, you can ask the magical question, what 3 other people that you know should I connect with because they would highly benefit from having this transformation in their group too? And then they become part of your team. And because you created value first, they're going to help you out. And in this stage, the third stage, the transformative stage, we're really, really going next level. And I'm going to tell you a story which is one of my favorite stories of one of my clients. And it's still continuing. It's beautiful. You're really going to understand how you can attract speaking engagements to you by doing these 3 steps. The first thing is keep doing the work. Keep doing with what you're doing. Right? It's really great to sit on our mat and to attract these things, but we can visualize it, we can have everything aligned, but if we don't do anything, we still need to do the work. So keep doing with what you're doing and be imperfect with it. Just write 5 people every week. Write 5 people every day. Write 5 people every month. Like, I would go for the 5 a day when you're really high momentum, but create like a rhythm, a cadence that is realistic for you. And what you're going to start seeing is when you open up the lens of I can actually create stages, you will see them more and more because it becomes more of a lifestyle than an action. That's what I want for you. So the first step is keep doing what you're doing. Second step, instead of just telling where you are and what you're doing, share with people where you want to go. I'm not just a public speaking coach. I don't create experiences or trainings where people stand up for who they are, speak up their truth, and scale up their impact and income. I help, I build, I create, I envision a transformational speaking revolution where heart-centered people can truly stand for who they are and help other people by really being their authentic truth. And with their authentic light, they're going to shine and give permission to others to do the same thing. And together, we really, really help the world to become a better place. That's where I'm going. And yes, there's always specific ideas on the how, and I keep sharing that with people. Because when people know where I'm going, they know where they can plug me in. So I give freedom to the imagination of other people so they can help wherever they feel that it's going to be a win-win. So I'm not just saying, hey, I want speaking gigs and this is what I want and can you help me? It's like, okay, this is where I'm going and I would love to have groups where I can deliver this transformation for what comes up in your mind. And then they start to brainstorm with you and then you get new ideas. And again, this becomes a lifestyle of just win, 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 win. But the third step about these 3 steps is just keep doing the work. Share with people not only where you are, but also where you're going. And then the third one is expect magic. Expect magic. Because when you're not just doing transformational keynotes or you're doing transformational speaking, but you are a transformational speaker who really embraces the values of creating win-win situations, of being heart-centered, of being grateful, of sharing your knowledge with other people so other people can learn from it, to recognize how amazing you're already doing and focus on everything that's already going well and just keeping the habit of moving forward up. Because we know that perfection is an illusion, and when we focus on progress, we're always winning. Doesn't mean you always have to smile, but it can mean that you can always be grateful for what you already have instead of what you're lacking. One of my favorite examples is from one of my clients. He really, really wanted a TEDx. Now, we also know that when you only focus on the TEDx, you're missing the boat, you're missing the goal, because when it's just this one moment of a stage, like it's all these compounded smaller moments that create the ripple, and at some point the TEDx shows up, and this is proof of it. So he really wanted a TEDx, and when people say me, I often say, well, what does that mean to you? What is the TEDx representing your head? And for him, it was like, I just want to share it on a cool stage, because I mean, sometimes it's okay when you think, like, I find it quite cool. I think there's nothing wrong with that. But there also needs to be a heart-centered reason. And for him, he's very passionate about sustainability and protecting our world for next generations, right? So he really wanted to share his idea how to solve our world problems regarding climate change with more people. And TEDx for him was a stage that he was dreaming of, so he really wanted it. And I said, well, if you really, really care about this, then let's be the TEDx speaker first. So what would a TEDx speaker do? He would not wait or just apply. He would create his own stage, what we talked about. And in his situation, instead of looking at other groups, he actually found his own group. He just invited some friends, some family. He had a friend with a bar, and he just asked, hey, when the bar is not open, can I just borrow it for a moment? I invite my friends, I do my keynote, you can come as well, and we will get some photos and I get some feedback. So I get some practice in. Now, he was very, very intentional, right? Like he knew what he wanted. He did the work, right? He was also applying to different stages. He got some momentum there, but he also created his own opportunity. Now, I'm not saying this magic always appears that fast, but step number 3 is expect magic to come, because when you expect it and you're being the person, it will come. And sometimes that's sooner rather than later. Because not only his friends and family came, but they could also bring a +1. And someone in the crowd, which he did not know, was the organizer of TEDx. And she saw him speak and she said, hey, I think you're ready. So he just needed to apply to get the check, but he got the gig. And I think it was like 3 months later, he stood on that red dot because he's done the work. He was not just replying, not just applying, not just reacting on applications that were out there. He was not just only creating the stage. He was being the transformational speaker, was just putting in the work, had a beautiful big heart, and with a clear intention, he just kept going and he didn't stop. And magic got on his door. Transformational speakers know that stages are everywhere. And that when you are the person who is the speaker, that the opportunity will find you. Transformational speakers know that stages are literally everywhere. And it's not just a place where you're invited to share your message. What if a stage is where you share some words and other people get impacted by it, and when you do that strategically, you're also earning money? What if a testimonial is a speaking engagement? Because when your testimonial is the best testimonial out there, because you're always looking for a win-win, you're always bringing your best part forward. The host, the creator, the one who it is for, always wants to show your testimonial because it's so good, because it's going to transform other people, because you have the goal in mind that other people are going to buy this course because you truly went through an amazing experience. Now, what if in the testimonial you share the emotional journey that you had, where you were and where you're now, what you learned in between, what pain points you had and what epiphanies you had. And what if throughout the process you tell us a couple of stories and people get to know who you are? What if I actually worked with someone who had a testimonial interview and got 20 people sign up to her event later on just because of a testimonial? Transformational speakers know that they are the speaker. They are the transformation. And that magic is coming to them. When you stay in the game, luck can find you. If you stop, you don't give it the opportunity. So stay in the game. Do the thing. Do the work. Be the person. And magic is coming.